Morning everybody, here's some highlights of a few of the holes from my first look at the weekend round in Pro this morning. Starting with hole 1, got a very nice wind here stretching out just to see that second bounce, about a ring from the snow. 6 top to left, aiming slightly left here so we don't get the dead bounce. Adjustment here as before has been max plus 15, then we're going to push up a couple of rings. Actually to max with Thor's hammer level 6, going with a bit of left curl here. Perfect ball, nice wind here, we've got to get an eagle on hole number 1, and this one bounces over nicely. Comes in left side, but that's what we want, we just want a nice putt for an eagle. Hole number 5 coming up now. I'm going to play with the rock because we have tailwind. So I'm going to set up as shown here with the red ring touching the rough. And here I'm going max top spin, which is 4.2 bars, 2 bars of right spin as well. The adjustment here is max plus 10. Don't want to push this too hard. I do not want to be in between clubs with the second shot. I do want to be playing with the sniper. Second shot here, going with the same setup as I've been using all week, with some backspin, 2 bars of right spin so we don't get the glitchy ball guide, red ring touching the rough. And here you want to be playing in between min and mid, minus 15%. This one I think I went for 35% slider, but I did miss on the right, so needed less slider adjustment here, so you're going to have to tweak from there according to your drive distance. My drive here was 352. So just take a bit off the adjustment here and this will come in nicely. Because you see here, I will miss slightly on the right hand side. We're going to look at hole 7 now with the quarterback and a kingmaker. I'm going with 2 bars of backspin here. And I'm going with a bit more right spin than usual, about 2.6 bars, because the wind is going to carry us in from right to left. My adjust here is 1 on 1, so 6.4 wind equal to 6.4 rings. Just trying to find the funnel here. Now, when I adjust here, I adjust up the hill. I do push the rings. However, what I make the mistake on here is that because I adjust to a higher point, I think I need to just nudge the target back. So I do just a fraction. I didn't need to do that. And as you'll see here, we do come in nicely, but we don't quite catch the full extent of the funnel. We do have room for that bounce, wasn't that close to the rough, but it turns nicely. We almost get a camera angle that we think is going to work, but look at this, just takes the right edge and does not fall. So we are talking about fractions there. So one little tweak needed there. Here we have hole 10, and we don't have wind to go for green here. So I'm going to lay up with a Thor's hammer. It's a no spin shot, mid plus 15. Just bounce over to that fairway pad. And we're going to be going with a thorn for the second shot. .308 on the drive. You can use yardage notes here. Just mixing and matching with a bit of spin here, trying to get a nice landing point. In the end, I go with 1.5 backspin and 1 bar to the right. But we need to use slider here. I'm going with ball guide to hole with the thorn level 9. Obviously, if you've got lower level thorn, 7 or less, you need to leave your ball guide short. This one, I'm playing 60% slider, plus 15 elevation. But we do miss slightly right, so I would add a bit more to the slider adjustment for a drive of 308. But this is one that we can dial in over the weekend. Just missed this one on the right hand side, so it is under adjusted. But we did it perfect, which is good because we can tweak from there. So just about a ball width clear of the hole. So a bit more on the slider. We'll have a good look at that one. Hole 11, I've abandoned the left side completely. I'm going to try the rough bump here with the rock. Can't go with the quarterback because you will adjust into overpower, I would think, in some winds. So here I'm going with a little bit of top spin and a little bit of right spin. The adjust is max plus 10, but we do need to tweak from here as well. Didn't quite get this one in. It was a very close miss on the right. So just a small tweak needed here. We did hit it perfect though, so we've had a good look at the hole. Do bounce where we want to though, which is nice. So that's max plus 10, but just coming into the right, so a little tweak needed on that one. So here we go, another drive with the rock here, because we have tailwind, and on this one again don't want to go too long, so I go 4 top and 1 right, and I play it max plus 10. Same setup as before, using the red ring with rock level 8. Second shot then, once again going for a sniper rough bump, but do need to tweak the elevation, well not the elevation, the slider rather. 1 backspin, 2 right spins what I'm going here, but this one just does come in a little bit to the right. I played it 28% slider, minus 15 elevation. Again, you will see you're nearer to minimum distance of club here, so do not go too long on the drive, otherwise you won't have room to adjust. But this one just needed a little bit more here. So we're perfect. Bounce just there, so a little bit nearer the rough than I wanted, and obviously we do come in above the hole slightly, so just a bit more of a tweak needed there. Now, hole 15 here, I try and go for this with the Thor's hammer just to see if we can get over there. 6 top spin, 2 left, could have gone with more, but I just wanted to see, for those who don't have more than 6 top spin, if this is an option or not. Stretch out, left edge of the yellow ring touching the sand. Max plus 10 is the adjust. Once we are adjusting, we are going to push up to max. Then I'm going max OP and some curl to the left. Obviously, if you do have 234 plus yard driver, this is obviously 232, I think. But an APOC 5 with 240 yards is going to be really good here if you've got one. Just about clear the rough, so there's not that much room for error. And we do need more rollout here, so maybe not as much tailwind as I was expecting, but we've got a shot with the Thorn. Depends how aggressive you want to be. I'm mixing and matching a bit with backspin and right spin here, and this is going to be a long odds of dropping it here when you're near max distance with the Thorn, but the idea is get a bit nearer and you've got a better chance if you're in mid of your Thorn. But a tricky one here, so it's going to be very driver dependent how aggressive you want to be. Adjustment here was max 0. And finally a look at hole number 16, trying the left side here, going with 2 backspin and 3 right spin, adjusting this mid plus 20, blue ring touching the rough there. pushing these rings just to make it as accurate as possible. I'm not going with any curl here, just seeing if we can get a good line to the hole. Unfortunately, this does miss on the near side, on the left side, as we look from the tee. So just a little bit more pace needed on this one. Could take off a little bit of backspin. As you see, we just fall a bit short there on hole 16. Hope these help, and good luck in your weekend rounds.